Morning. Chapter 10. Bruno Jenkins disappears. Grand High Witch was starting to talk again. I am now going to prove to you, she said, that this recipe is working to perfection. You understand, of course, that you can set the alarm clock to go off at any time you like. It does not have to be 9 o'clock. So yesterday, I am personally preparing a small quantity of the formula in order to give you a public demonstration. But I am making one small change to the recipe. Before I am roasting the alarm clock, I am setting it off not at 9 o'clock the next morning, but at 3:30 the next afternoon. Which means 3:30 this afternoon, and that is in precisely 7 minutes. The audience of witches were listening intently, sensing that something dramatic was about to happen. So what am I doing yesterday with the magic liquid? Asked the Grand High Witch. I will tell you what I am doing. I am putting one droplet of it into a very squishy chocolate bar, and I am giving this bar to a repulsive, smelly little boy who is hanging around the lobby of the hotel. The Grand High Witch paused. The audience remained silent, waiting for her to go on. I watched this repulsive little brute gobbling this squishy bar of chocolate, and when he had finished, I said to him, was that good? And he said it was great. So I said to him, would you like some more? And he said, yes. So I said, I will give you 6 more chocolate bars. So if you will meet me in the ballroom of the hotel at 3:25 tomorrow afternoon. 6 bars, cried the greedy little swine. I'll be there. You bet I'll be there. So the stage is set, shouted the Grand High Witch. The proof is in the pudding. It is about to begin. Do not forget that before I roasting the alarm clock yesterday, I am setting it for 3:30 today, which is now. She glanced again at her watch. It is now exactly 25 minutes past 3, and the nasty little stinker who will be turning into a mouse in 5 minutes' time should be in this very moment be standing outside of the doors. By gum, she was right. The boy, whoever he was waiting, rattling the handle, banging with his fist to get in. Quick, screeched the Grand High Witch. Put on your wigs, put on your gloves, put on your shoes. There was a great rustle and bustle of putting on wigs, gloves and shoes, and I saw the Grand High Witch herself reach for her face mask and put it on over that revolting face of hers. It was astonishing how that mask had transformed her, and all of a sudden she became, once again, a rather pretty young lady. Let me in, came the boy's voice from behind the doors. Where's those chocolate bars you promised me? I'm here to collect. Come on, dish them out. He is not only smelly, he is greedy, said the Grand High Witch. Remove your chains from the doors and let him in. The extraordinary thing about the mask was that its lips moved quite naturally when she spoke. You really couldn't tell it was a mask at all. One of the witches leapt to her feet and unfastened the chains. She opened 2 huge doors, and I heard her saying, Why? Hello, little man. How lovely to see you. You have come for your chocolate bars, have you not? They're ready for you. Please come in. A small boy wearing a white t-shirt and grey shorts and gym shoes entered the room. I recognised him at once. He was called Bruno Jenkins, and he was staying at the hotel with his parents. I didn't care for him. He was one of those boys who was always eating something whenever you meet him. Meet him in the hotel lobby, stuffing sponge cake in his mouth. Pass him in the corridor, he's fishing potato chips out of a bag by the fistful. Catch sight of him in the hotel garden, he's wolfing a dairy milk bar. And there's 2 more sticking out of his trouser pockets. And what's more, Bruno never stopped boasting about how his father made more money than my father, and that he owned 3 cars. But worse than that, yesterday morning I found him kneeling on the flagstones of the hotel of a terrace with a magnifying glass in his hand. There was a column of ants marching past, and Bruno was focusing the sun through the magnifying glass, roasting them one by one. I like watching them burn, he said. That's horrible, I cried. Stop it. Let's see you stop me, he said. At that point, I'd pushed him with all my might, and he crashed sideways onto the stones. His magnifying glass had splintered into many pieces and he leapt up shrieking, "My father's going to get you for this!" Then he ran off, presumably to find his wealthy dad. And that was the last time I'd seen Bruno Jenkins until now. I doubted very much that he was about to be turned into a mouse, although I must confess I was secretly hoping it might happen. Either way, I didn't envy him for being up there in front of those witches. "Darling boy," cooed the Grand High Witch from on the platform, "I have your chocolates all ready for you. Do come up here and say hello to the lovely ladies." Her voice was quite different now. Soft, gentle, and absolutely dripping with syrup. Bruno was looking a little bit bewildered, but he allowed himself to be led up on the platform, where he stood beside the Grand High Witch and said, "Okay, where's my 6 bars of chocolate?" I saw the witch who would let him in quietly putting the chain back on the doors. Bruno didn't notice this. He was too busy wanting his chocolate. "The time is now 1 minute before 3:30, announced the Grand High Witch. "What's going on?" Bruno asked. He wasn't frightened, but he wasn't looking very comfortable. "What is this? Give me my chocolate." 30 seconds to go. Bruno shook himself clear and stared at her. She stared back at him, smiling with her lips on her mask. Every witch in the audience was staring at Bruno. 20 seconds, cried the Grand High Witch. "Give me my chocolate," shouted Bruno, becoming suddenly suspicious. "Give me the chocolate and let me out here." 15 seconds, cried the Grand High Witch. "One of you crazy punks tell me what this is all about," shouted Bruno. 10 seconds, cried the Grand High Witch. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. We have ignition. I could have sworn I heard an alarm clock ringing. I saw Bruno jump. He jumped as though someone had stuck a hat pin deep in his bottom and he yelled out. He jumped as high as he landed on a small table on the stage. He started hopping about, waving his arms and yelling. Then suddenly he became silent and his whole body stiffened. "The alarm has gone off," shrieked the Grand High Witch. "The mask maker is beginning to work." She started hopping on the platform and clapping her gloved hands together, and then she shouted, "These smelly brats, these filthy scums, these horrid little louse will very soon become the lovely little mouse." Bruno was getting smaller by the second. I could see him shrinking. Now his clothes seemed to be disappearing and brown fur was growing all over his body. Suddenly he had a tail, then he had whiskers. Now he had 4 feet. It was all happening so quickly. It was a matter of seconds only. And all at once, he wasn't there anymore. A small brown mouse was running around on the tabletop. "Bravo!" yelled the audience. "She's done it! It works! It's fantastic! It's colossal! It's the greatest yet! You're a miracle, oh brainy one!" They were all standing clapping and cheering, and the Grand High Witch produced a mouse trap from the folds of her dress and started to set it. "Oh no," I thought, "I don't want to see this. Bruno Jenkins may have been a bit of a stinker, but I'm dashed if I want to watch him having his head chopped up." "Where is he?" snapped the Grand High Witch, searching the platform. "Where has the mouse got to?" She couldn't find him. Clever Bruno must have jumped off the table and scampered off into some corner or even down a small hole. Thank heavens for that. "It matters not," shouted the Grand High Witch. "Silence and sit down." See you tomorrow for the ancient ones. Bye.